In terms of preparing for growth, I really do think there are three aspects. The first is cash. This is the one that's like right out of the chutes. Everybody who acquires an additional practice, most everybody at least, is caught out by a lack of cash reserves. And what that immediately does is puts them into a time crunch and creates additional stresses and urgency where arguably they didn't plan for it. And about half the time that's manifest in our personal standards of living for our families. As our role changes, the cash flows coming out of our core business change. It may be that they're funding the second location, and our personal standard of living is the one that takes the hit. Whatever you think you're going to need in terms of cash reserves to make this strategy come to light, the likelihood is you're going to need twice as much as what you're planning on. And I'm going to give you some methodology around that. The second piece is your team. It never ceases to amaze me how a business owner will decide to acquire another location and their key teammates find out about it as the ink's drying on the contract. That is a bad way to approach this. Our team can be the pivotal point in success or failure. It goes without saying that you can't be an absentee owner in this game. So my advice to you is do not, under any circumstances, think you're going to acquire another practice, have the seller stay on, and be a hands-off type of an owner. That rarely works. And in today's economic environment, I think it's fraught with danger. The third aspect of this is the target itself, meaning the practice to be acquired. The discipline here is that we never buy a business to maintain it. You only buy a business if you think you can improve it. You can love a practice, you can love the seller, you can know him or her personally, it can cash flow wonderfully, it can be a screaming deal from a valuation standpoint, on and on and on. But if you don't have a handful of ways to grow revenue or reduce expenses, my advice is that you shouldn't acquire it.